Good morning, Muscatine. My name is Autumn Schultz. I am your host today. And as always, I have to say thank you to our sponsors, Hy-Vee, Unity Point Health, and Trinity Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rivel Plumbing and Heating, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Suntan City, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Life Blood Center, Harper's Cycling and Fitness, Bayer of Muscatine, and Muscatine County Fair. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. It was a little hot, so hopefully you stayed plenty hydrated. And in case you missed it, on Discover Muscatine, today at 1:30, Lutheran Living Senior Campus is going to have their summer luau, and I know it's raining, but they're still going to make it happen within their event center. So it is their summer luau beach party. Come enjoy live music and entertainment by Elvis. There's going to have games, food, and fun in their event center, so go out and just have some fun with our community at Lutheran Living Senior Campus. The Pilot Club is looking forward to bringing back their Tastiest fundraiser, and that will be their Scratch Cupcake Order fundraiser that's going to be going through August 15th through September 2nd. So you can follow them on their Facebook page at the Pilot Club of Muscatine to order online or contact them to do paper forms. So that is their Tastiest fundraiser for Scratch Cupcakes. And if you did not hear over the weekend, the Muscatine Police Department is asking for public help in identifying the individual or individuals responsible for vandalizing Madison Elementary School. So please contact the police department if you do have any additional information. The more help, the better with the vandalism that happened at the Madison School. And something that is happening at the end of the month, it is Shop with Hops is coming back to downtown Muscatine, Iowa in Saturday, August 27th. Yes, Saturday, August 27th. And it's going to start at 3 o'clock. Local businesses will host over 12 kind of Midwest breweries, some of the best in Midwest, and you can sip, sample, and shop your way through town. So that is happening on Saturday, August 27th, so be sure to get your 5-ounce souvenir glass that you can take around with you. It is $20, so be sure to sign up or reserve your spot and get that glass for Shop with Hops. It is coming back to downtown Muscatine. So a lot of things happening, and I will keep you updated and posted. But for today, my guest is Laurie Schultz from Family Medicine, North Point within Trinity Health. Good morning.
Good morning.
And so introduce yourself and tell us what you do within Family Medicine.
Okay, well, thanks for having me. I am a nurse practitioner. I'm one of 6 providers at Unity Point Family Medicine. We care for patients, primary care, basically from cradle to grave. So we have newborns all the way up to geriatric patients. Today we're going to focus on well child checks and the importance of physicals, establishing a good relationship with the provider before your child goes back to school. Our goal is the same as parents' goal. We want children to be happy, healthy, and thriving so they can have a successful school year. So how do we do that? Prevention, prevention, prevention. Prevention is the best medicine. Number 1 would be we make sure their immunizations are up to date so that they're ready to go to school. And that would be all the required immunizations that are available for Illinois as well as Iowa, as well as the recommended immunizations. We also look at their growth and development over time. And we try to identify any concerns early before they become problematic. So other thing we try to be a resource to families and parents on healthy lifestyles, safety issues, nutrition, development. If we identify concerns, we have a wonderful a wealth of resources here in the community and regionally that we can refer to take care of any of those concerns.
Nice. So can you tell us kind of what, especially with back to school, and it's already August and it's coming up, what's really that importance of back to school physicals and kind of making sure that the child milestones are reached?
Right. We want to make sure they're healthy to go back to school, but also identify any concerns with maybe failure or delay in meeting those milestones. And like I said, we can refer locally. We have some amazing resources through the public health department. but regionally in the Quad Cities or obviously the university too, if there's concerns. So we want to make sure their immunizations are up to date, they're growing. Behavioral concerns we discuss, any family concerns, emotional, mental health, and always we talk about safety. You know, is the child in the right, car restraint? Are they wearing helmets? Things like that.
Just the basic things that maybe as a, especially like a first-time mom, I've got a book and I have Google and I have our orthopedic, but sometimes, you can't always, you don't know which route is the route to go. So having the importance of someone there that's saying, hey, this is what you should be doing at this age and this age and this age just helps kind of create a mental checklist, and actually having one out there just helps a lot of parents being able to say, okay, are they doing this? No. Hey, I can contact you and say, hey, what are the action steps I need to take to make this happen?
And because it is a continuum, not all kids develop at the same rate. So the benefit of us seeing them yearly, we can monitor that. We may say, okay, I'm a little concerned about that, but let's come back in 3 months so we can look at that. Or we can refer to First at 5 through the public health. They can do a more in-depth evaluation and make recommendations.
Perfect. When it comes to getting ready for back-to-school physicals, what do they need to bring with them, or what should they be doing beforehand?
Okay, good question. For sure the parent or guardian has to come with. We've had some siblings bring children and things like that, but we want it to be a parent or guardian because we do want it to be holistic and talk about the family as a whole, as well as, obviously, the child needs to have the parent or guardian there. Any forms that need to be filled out, such as sports physical forms, some daycares require forms. If they're new to the clinic, we need to have their immunization records. Now, if they've had immunizations in Iowa, we have an excellent database that we can pull those from. That say they're from Illinois or another state, those records would be important, or at least information where we can get those records. Any family history, any change in the child's health, would all be important things to talk about, and obviously any concerns. I encourage people to bring a list of concerns because suddenly you get in the office and everything leaves you. A list on your phone or even a paper list can be helpful.
I am so guilty on I have all these questions and I get there and I forget everything.
Yep.
And I think those are one of the moments I don't want to forget something, especially if I'm bringing my son in. I know that, he's having his 2-year-old one in a month, and it's okay, is he where he needs to be in speech? Is he where he is, behavior-wise? Those questions just run through your head. So I'm very thankful that, these are really pushed and encouraged, especially for back to school, to really just ease the parent's mind, but also just create that knowledge.
Yes.
So when it comes to childhood vaccinations, what is truly the importance about having these?
Very important. They are safe and effective, and I need to underscore that. Vaccinations are safe and effective. The American Academy of Pediatrics, American Academy of Family Physicians, American Association of Nurse Practitioners, CDC, there's been tons of research, and all of those well-respected agencies support immunizations. They do save lives, and not only save lives, but quality of life. And the vaccine hesitancy is a huge problem, not only here, but nationwide. And we're seeing a decline in the herd immunity because of that. I think everyone knows a little bit about herd immunity. That's when, because the majority of people are immunized, that protects the people that are not immunized or cannot be immunized, such as maybe children that have cancer going through chemotherapy, they cannot be immunized. So by immunizing our healthy kids, we're actually protecting those that cannot be immunized. So there's a lot of reasons why people are hesitant, and I think everyone wants what's best for child. Some of it's, a misunderstanding of things. But we're seeing, I just saw over this weekend in New York, there was a case of polio, the first case of polio in the United States since 2013.
Wow.
And they said that it's been found in the sewer system, so that means it's going to spread. So anybody that's not immunized, they're at risk. And I think part of it, the new parents today have not seen the effects of these childhood diseases that have been prevented. But I wish they could see. I've seen in my long career some ill effects from not being vaccinated. So please talk to your provider, seek out the education, and consider immunizations.
And can you tell us a little bit of the difference between an annual physical and kind of a sports physical? Are they one and the same? Does a kid have to get both? What is that?
They can be one and the same. If they bring the form the day of their regular well-checked physical, yes, we will fill that out. We may ask a few additional questions and try to educate them a little more about things like overuse injuries, obviously hydration, avoiding, exercise during the heat of the day, and obviously prevention of concussions is a big one.
And can you tell us what happens during kind of an annual physical versus a sports? What's the kind of the breakdown difference?
Well, we always do a complete physical assessment. For sports physical, we're honing in on any orthopedic concerns, any cardiac concerns, maybe delve a little further into the family history of any cardiac disease, because that's the biggest concern.
And what's the age range kind of for sports physicals? When did those start?
Oh gosh, it seems like middle school.
Middle school,
anymore. Okay. I think so.
Because I know obviously during high school, college, you have to get those, so getting that routine of just getting a sports physical, and then even the annual physical, especially as a back to school, is just that perfect timing just to get that.
It is. We all think of well checks as for babies, and yes, when they're babies, they get a lot of well checks, but they should have an annual physical. And again, it helps us identify concerns early and prevent further issues.
And as kids are entering high school, so we've talked a lot about like the younger kids, but especially junior high and high school, what are some of those other vaccinations and physicals that they should be preparing for? Like parents should be kind of saying, hey, we should get this going.
Okay. Adolescents are, they're a different breed, so to speak. Any of us that have had adolescents, they are still children, their brain's still developing. But we do want to promote some more independence. But in addition to the physical, we're talking more with them about social issues, about mental health issues, about safety issues. Is there bullying? Is there, some depression, some anxiety? Is there something that we can help with? An immunization in adolescents that we highly promote is the HPV vaccine that prevents the human papilloma virus. 85% of people will get that virus if they're not immunized. Many people will clear it on their own, but some don't. The virus can lead to genital warts and also, more importantly, genital cancers in women and in men. It seems to be very underutilized, but again, please educate yourself. It is very safe, and we have seen over a 40% reduction in female cancers since this came out in 2006.
Oh wow.
So it's very effective. But also safety, we talk about risky behavior, smoking, drugs, alcohol, vaping, screen time, all of those things.
Yeah, you're realizing that the technology is very consuming. I think also you were talking about like the vaping, the smoking, the drinking. It starts also with who they hang out with and what their support system is.
Yep.
You know, who are their big brother? Is it someone pushing them down, or is it someone pulling them up too? So that's always a good part to talk about.
And also in adolescence, you know, the diet becomes more important, you know, because decisions that we make in our adolescence and early adulthood extend into later years and can cause, you know, if we have a healthy lifestyle, we age better.
Yep.
Less risk for chronic diseases such as, you know, diabetes, obesity, heart disease, COPD.
And it's never a bad thing to start learning, you know, how to work in the kitchen and how, you know, cooking with your family. Then you're not going for, you know, maybe 2 a.m. pancheros or some late night pizza and ramen as your college food.
Absolutely.
Understanding how to actually eat well, cook well is going to help you. You know, is it fun to cook with your parents? It can be.
Yeah.
But it really just kind of helps push and motivate them to be prepared for when they are on their own. And I think high school is the perfect time to start that.
It is.
You're not having to do microwave dinners in your college dorm.
True.
So when it comes to after a physical, what are some things that parents should be helping their kids do, whether it is like the diet and drinking and movement? What are those things that you recommend for parents to kind of guide and direct their kids?
Okay. Well, we're a resource on everything from discipline to diet to exercise. We definitely promote getting outside every day, doing some form of physical activity, even if it's just walking the dog, walking around the block, or more formal exercise.
Okay. So just constantly just motivating them, following that holistic approach, understanding their stress, their sleep, lifestyle.
Get them off the screen.
Yeah, get them off the screen, get them off the couch. You know, it's okay to have a little bit of that, but just even just doing the mental part of your self-care is much more important than that. And at what age should parents really start thinking about like back to school physicals, or in that sense of just preparing for that?
Well, they start, you know, school in kindergarten, so kindergarten for sure. They get all their childhood immunizations or their baby shots before age 3.
Yep.
And then again at kindergarten they get some shots, and again at 7th grade they get shots. HPV is any time after 9. We're almost to flu season, so we're going to be talking about flu shots again, and that's very important, especially in the, you know, the day of COVID, because if you're immunosuppressed or you've been sick, you're more likely to be at risk for other viruses.
Yeah, before I had my son, I wasn't the greatest about the flu shot, and since then I've been very consistent in making sure that it's happening. I didn't realize that I'm not just obviously affecting my own body, but obviously affecting others around me. So flu shot is very important. So isn't that stuff? That's so sad that we're already thinking about, you know, flu season's coming around the corner. Where did this year go?
I know.
So when it comes to back to school physicals, how do parents make an appointment? How do they schedule with you?
Okay, well,
or with their nurse practitioner?
If they have a provider, definitely call the office. We do have open positions, and we are trying to squeeze people in. You can go to unitypoint.org, our website, www.unitypoint.org, and there's some resources available there. And our express cares too can do some back to school physicals when it comes to if you can't get into your regular provider.
Well, there we go. That's always additional information. Especially if you're in the Muscatine area, make sure that you're doing the Muscatine one. You don't want to accidentally drive 45, 50 minutes to
from the website.
Yep, from the website. Make sure that if you are in the Muscatine area, you are clicking on the Muscatine one. Be safe than sorry, then you're not driving way out of your way.
Absolutely.
What else additional information that you really want to push out for especially back to school physicals and vaccinations?
Well, that we want to be part of the team, and you know, our goal is the same as yours. We want your children to be happy and healthy, and hopefully we can be a resource. And in addition to providing acute care, provide, you know, prevention and other healthy lifestyle tips.
And Laurie, where are you located then?
I am located right at Northport in the Unity Point clinic. We have currently, well, someone's on maternity leave. We have 3 or 4 providers. We have 2 more coming later this summer.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Ready to go for back to school.
We are. And we've been seeing a lot, and it's good. I'm always happy to see it.
Good. And I love this. This is a great information. I think this is something that's so important, and it can easily slip parents' minds thinking, oh, I still have, a few weeks, and all of a sudden, I think the 22nd or 23rd, I believe, is when
2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. It's going to fly by, and all of a sudden that, oh no, I didn't get this. So making sure that we're getting these scheduled in, getting back to school physicals, whether it's sports physicals. I know my husband's the boys golf coach for the Muskies, so I'm sure that he's making sure that his boys are getting those ready to go. It's here. The school year is here.
We want them to have a good year, and this will get them off to a good start.
Yes, I think this is a great start. A lot of amazing information. Thank you so much for coming on and talking about this. I think even just following holistic approaches of fitness, nutrition, your sleep, your stress, your lifestyle, and your support, it goes for everyone from little to, just day one. I think it's important for no matter what you're doing. Perfect.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you, and I love the fact I've got another Schultz.
How about that?
You were my first other Schultz I've ever met living here in Muscatine. I love it. Well, tomorrow we are going to have Lindsay Phillips and also Del Wagner. He's going to be talking about the Water Stampede, and Lindsay Phillips will be talking about Big Brothers Big Sisters. So be on the lookout for that, and she's got some cool shirts that we're going to be talking about too. So until then, stay happy and stay healthy. I will see you later, Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we're here to serve.
When you buy a vehicle at a multi-brand dealership and it isn't locally owned, it can be difficult to get information that you need.
That's why all of our trained salespeople are focused on one thing, getting you the best deal possible on a new or used Toyota.
And when you pick your favorite, we will help you with financing and maintenance.
We love helping our neighbors.
Come to Toyota Muscatine today.